gentlemen of YouTube, welcome back to the Gonzo Ewok channel with me, Gonzo.
And me, Ewok.
For another exciting episode of Geordie Space Program.
Exciting, right. You see. You've kind of built it up there to something that I'm not sure I can deliver to.
Well,
we're at such early stages.
Cast your mind back to the end of last episode, the first in this new series. We managed to break orbit. We made a good bit of cash, as you can see there. Good bit of science. We're doing all right.
And we killed a Kerbal.
We didn't break orbit, we broke atmosphere.
Broke atmo.
For the cost of poor Tandoori Tanfed Kerman.
Tandoori Tanfed Kerman.
Who is no more.
So, you know, we had everything in last episode. We had excitement, drama, tension,
loss,
and death.
Sacrifice, yeah. All the good stuff. That was a classic episode. Okay, but if you remember, at the very end of last one, you said by the end of this episode, we were going to be in orbit.
I know, I wish I hadn't said that.
But you did.
But I did, yeah.
So that's what's going to happen.
Right. That I can do. Test this parachute. That's worth 29 grand. I think we should do that. Test parachute. Only got to get 4,000 metres.
Oh, that's a nice easy bit of cash, aye.
Hold the swivel engine to 31,000 metres. We'll probably do that, but I think let's just focus on that one. An escape trajectory out of Kerbal. What as in out of the Kerbal system and into solar orbit. That's a bit of a stretch at this early stage, isn't it? Okay, so all I need to do is... Actually, what kind of parachute? The MK16, so that's the standard parachute.
We can do that.
We can do that easily, and I'll put some radios on the side just in case we blow that one up.
It's always worth it for the couple of hundred extra that it'll cost you. It's worth doing.
Oh no, we've just got to hold it. We don't even need to test it. We've just got to actually get it up there. Well, that'll be bloody easy, won't it?
We'll be taking it up anyway, and whatever we'll launch. That's always the plan. You always take a parachute with you.
Yeah, that is a good point. Well, I do prefer to travel with parachute.
Have we ever forgotten to take a parachute?
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah, we've done pretty much every stupid thing you can do. We've done it at some point.
I know we've a few times destroyed parachutes or accidentally attached them to the wrong bit, so when we fire the stage that falls away has all the life support and the parachutes on. I've seen that happen before.
I'm pretty sure we have forgot parachutes.
Okay. So, what are you thinking here? Is this just you're bunging something up, or is this you actually thinking you're going to try and gun for orbit?
Nah, we're not at orbit yet. I'm bunging something up, but I'm going to add some science gear to it, just so that we can get a bit science while we're doing it.
What we launched at the end of last episode, that got out of the atmosphere, that wasn't far off getting an orbit,
It was a fair way off, mate. We need definitely a bit more than that.
Aye, I mean it's probably some sort of maybe a second stage with some more fuel on it, which changes the dynamics of what we're trying to build. But you know what? It wasn't far off, just for a couple of solids and a little bit of liquid fuel underneath.
But we can do better. We could certainly, if we could get the basics of a really basic probe, we could hit orbit easily.
Aye, nice and light, and then at no risk to the space monkeys.
I mean, the space monkeys are basically filling in until we get probe tech.
Yeah, but they are expensive. That's the problem. We can't keep killing them. They're very pricey, the space monkeys.
They are expendable, but also expensive. Yeah. They are both. Yeah. Okay, this should be good enough to get to where we need to be. We need to be at 4,000 metres, no more than 120 metres a second.
We can do that.
And we want...
Well remembered.
You see, the thing is, it used to default to the last person you had as a pilot. Pilot's the next one. But now we're going to have to get into the habit of doing it every time, because it keeps putting Jeb back in there. It keeps making Jeb want to pilot. And we don't want Jeb to pilot, because we don't want Jeb to die. Yeah, not on a stupid mission like this anyway. Jeb, by all means, can, risk his life doing something courageous, like, the first Moon mission. Going into planetary. I sort of got a bit wobbly there. Okay, we'll just go this way and we'll land in the ocean.
Now, you only want to be doing, I think, about 120.
120 maximum.
Aye. Losing a bit of speed.
That's okay, we can lose speed. My main worry is that this will flip.
Yeah, I hear you. So you don't want to really put it on too much of a rakish angle.
Yeah, and it is on a bit of a dodgy angle at the moment. If you look at where the actual process is, where the actual direction of motion is.
We're pointing up, but kind of going along sideways is what's happening.
Yeah, we're going up at almost exactly sort of a jaunty 45-degree angle.
It's alright though, we're nearly at 3,000 metres now. There we are.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So
just
we'll
drop the
manage.
speed a little bit.
Nice and fuel efficient, this one. It's, this is like threading a needle rather than cracking it up with a sledgehammer.
And that should be mission complete.
Should be it.
Mission complete. Yeah, there we go. 21,000 for the mission complete, but we also took about $8,000 for just accepting the mission.
Jump across to your left. That's the old airport island.
Yeah, you can actually see it all the way from here.
The other islands, have they always been here? That little like island chain coming off them.
I'm pretty sure they were always there.
You know what? It's probably just because you only tend to see them under the old game. Or before the update, you'd only ever see them when you were kind of moving in that direction. Just here you can see the curvature of the planet, you can see right off in the distance. You can even make out
you can make out all the
Kerbal
things
Space
with
Command,
KSC, yeah.
You can see it. That's pretty good going. Okay, so coming back down. Hopefully we'll not be going so fast that everything breaks.
I'll set the parachute off just to...
It's a bit yellow, the parachute.
Yeah, it's fine. It's only gone 146. I think it's just yellow to show that it's been deployed.
Oh, okay then. In any event, it is starting to gently slow down as we come plummeting back to the planet.
I wouldn't say plummeting. Now, do we already have in flight? No, we don't already have a mysterious in flight.
Didn't we try that and then it broke on the way back?
Yes,
when we landed
that's right. That's exactly what happened. Well, I've got a crew report from flight though, so we'll get one of them.
I've got some more parachutes we can deploy as well.
Yeah, well, that one hasn't even fully deployed yet. That'll deploy at 1,000 meters.
The goo canister. Any plans for what we're doing with that?
I did set the goo canister off, but the science returns are minimal,
Right.
0.4. So I reset it and figured we'd do it when we landed.
I think we have got some fun water, but
Actually, I put the goo canisters in there. Why did I put them on the side as well? That is overkill on goo. We've got far too much goo.
It's a goo party.
That doesn't sound like the kind of party I want to go to.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not type goo party into Google. Okay.
Oh, we were going to change the UI size, we didn't. We've still got the massive UI.
Well, I said we should leave that up to the viewers, and since we're recording this right off the back of last episode, we don't know what people have said, if anything, yet.
We do not know what the viewers want.
No.
EVA report. I think we've already got an EVA report from the sea. We do. So let's just recover. We'll go back, but we made a lot of money.
We did.
I'll say it again. We made a lot of money.
I think that's about 40 grand we've managed to get there.
Moving up the science tree. Basic science, that gives us probe cores and battery packs.
Handy.
Plus it gets us thermometers.
Aye, that's all good stuff.
So we're having that. We're having probe cores and battery packs.
We're rocking my way along the research tree already here.
Well, the early stages are always quick, aren't they?
Anything else we want there? Can't afford anything.
Do you reckon I could get into orbit now?
I mean, you've got a probe core, so we could try it without any major risk. Make something
pop
fairly
that on
light.
there.
Alright.
So pop that on there. Try and take some science up.
I always think if you're going somewhere, take the science. Because you know what? Certainly when you're trying to go somewhere you haven't been yet, it makes a lot of sense. Okay.
So we'll need batteries. Always need batteries for probes. And some goo canisters. Just 2 of them. Good, they're not clipping. Don't like clipping things. I used to not mind clipping things, but now it has a tendency to explode things.
Aye, they can be a little bit explodey.
Pop a thermometer on there. Pop a couple more thermometers on there so we can take temperature readings in a couple of places. I'll quickly just... No, not snap. I want to do... Switch to... How do I do that? There we go. Switch from radial to mirror.
Nice.
We are going to attempt to bring this back.
If we're in orbit, we'll probably want a heat shield.
A heat shield, yeah. So we can attempt to bring this back.
Cool.
And some parachutes.
Parachutes.
And they'll be into it.
Is it worth, do you reckon, maybe sticking an antenna on this just on the off chance we can't bring it back, so at least we can try and beam some science back home?
Oh, no, because you lose so much when you beam science like that.
But if it gets stuck in space, we'll get no science.
We will when we get up there, eventually. Okay, I'll put an antenna on.
You know, I mean, they don't cost much. It's not a massive effort. It just might make sense to bring one.
Right, there we go. There's an antenna on.
Thank you.
For you. Okay, fuel tank. Now we want to try and go fairly light.
We ain't got solar panels, have we? So
no, we don't. We're purely reliant on that battery power, and when that battery power goes, we ain't got nothing left.
When a liquid fuel engine's firing, it'll give us some recharge on the batteries.
It will.
But we'll not get that from the solids. I'm just trying to think, how quickly will a probe core eat up battery power?
We'll sharp find out.
Oosh. It's quite tall. Gonna be alright to launch that.
I would think so. Now that might do it, or it might not.
I don't know if that will, you know. I think it's a little bit weedy.
Okay. In that case, new plan. Bear in mind, I'm going to launch this thing straight bloody up. This is going to be a horrendously inefficient launch. But if you're a bit worried, then what I will do is double the thrust.
Nice.
That'll be far too heavy. Then again, it might not be. It might not be. Yeah, it's too heavy. That's too heavy.
Well, you know what? Just revert back to type and just go with what we originally said. See if we can get away with it. Just whack the one on underneath there.
You know what? I'm just going to do one of them. How much will two of them get? Well, 18.9. It's only slightly over.
Have to put a couple of decouplers on. Now I'm just thinking, I mean, when we launched something like this in the last episode, we had more liquid fuel, and by the time the solids had burnt out and we'd used the liquid fuel, it got through the atmosphere.
But the probe core's really light.
But is it?
And we're going to be a long way out. We're going to be a lot higher, which means we're going to need less thrust.
Could have done with some nipples on the top of the solids.
Yeah, really could have done. This is going horrendously. Get rid of them.
Right, okay then, there we are. Munitions launched. Unfortunately, this was meant to be a peaceful mission.
It's okay. We've learned lessons.
Follow the smoke. Reach for the lasers. Off it goes. Okay then, what did we learn from that?
We learned that we need aerodynamics. So we need fins and nipples.
Yeah, okay then. That's that makes a lot of sense, I suppose. But I've got a concern that how much lighter is the probe core compared to the capsule with the Kerbal in?
Oh, a lot lighter.
Just because we have added, things like batteries weigh a fair bit. We've bunked some of them on.
Do you remember the old satellites that we used to just blast up and they cost absolutely nothing?
Yeah.
The only difference is we had a slightly bigger.
That was an expensive engine. Just detonated.
We've got plenty of cash, or we will have anyway. And you say, look, we're getting science for this. It's fine. Material studies, temperature studies.
A very expensive way to get a temperature. Okay then. Well, I mean, we'll take your word if we'll get some aerodynamics on it. If we can get away with that. We'll see how it works.
Yeah, trust Ewok. Trust Ewok. Please.
Trust Ewok. It's Ken Holmes' favourite cooking utensil. Trust Ewok.
Trust Ewok.
Trust Ewok. Okay then. So, finnage. There's a fin there. I see it. They're just free balling these ones.
Well, yeah, that's all you need.
Now,
that's wonky as piss.
It's wonky as piss and it's only on one side.
Yeah, well, here's what we want to do. We just want one of them. Get rid of that. Pop that on. We'll have two. Set it in a mirror.
Hmm.
And pick that back up. rotate it.
Clever.
No, that's not working.
No.
That's not working at all.
Not so clever. Good idea, though. Let's see what you were trying to do.
Let's see what I was going for.
Aye. No, might just have to freehand them, unfortunately. There's probably an easier way of doing this, I'm sure. Oh, it's snowing outside. I mean, after all, it's only nearly May. It will be May by the time this video goes up. That's quite heavy snow coming down.
Yeah, that really is.
That really
is.
It's
been weird, hasn't it, the last few
Winter
days?
Wonderland.
Nipples. There we go. Exactly 18 tons. That's an omen.
It's almost like it was designed for exactly what we're doing at this stage. I'm sure when we try and launch it, it will be proved otherwise. But
We'll try and find out, won't we? Let's just get it going.
It's got some movement.
I think part of the problem is that we don't have the struts, so... in fact, do we have struts? We didn't even look to see if we've unlocked struts yet.
I don't think we did. We unlocked the proby bits instead. We couldn't afford the struts.
But this is fine, I mean, now that we've gone supersonic, the chances of it flipping are quite small.
Yeah, well, the chances of anything coming from Mars were 1,000,000 to 1, but still they came.
They came, they did. All over them titties.
The goo party. The goo party's happened.
Ain't
The
no
chances,
party like
the
goo
chances
party.
of anything coming from Mars for a goo party are literally 1,000,000 to 1, but would you credit it? They came anyway. They came, they saw,
Right, what's our height?
they left.
Now, technically, we're going to hit orbit here, but we are slowing down.
Ooh, where they
dear.
gone?
They're more aerodynamic than this is. There's a chance that they might hit it.
This is my
hit on the
concern.
way
Ewok.
down.
This is my concern. At least we can still see them.
Okay.
They're still escaping. Still moving away from us. It's always a bonus. We're spinning wildly out of control. We're going to come in, outside of the atmosphere though, which is nice.
Oh, we're going to have to freehand this because we haven't unlocked manoeuvre nodes yet.
Aye, unfortunately. Bloody hell, that snow's getting heavier. Have you seen it, man?
Oh my god.
It's a proper blizzard outside.
If only
here
I
in
didn't live
Newcastle.
walking distance from work, then I might be able to get tomorrow off. But sadly, I have no excuse.
It's not really lying though yet.
It shouldn't do. It's far too warm for snow.
Yeah.
Certainly far too warm for snow to lie.
It's crazy. I mean, you say it's far too cold for snow, but I'm watching like a blizzard of it come down.
I said it was too warm for snow, not too cold for snow.
You tend to hear people say it's too cold for snow more than you say it's too warm.
Now, I have very little control over this vessel.
Just going to have to try and time it. What's happening?
I'm having to turn the engine on to try and bring her back under control.
Do that. It's sort of slowing down, pointing kind of the wrong direction. You got control?
More or less.
More or less.
I'd say less.
Yeah, kind of up. We're facing backwards. There, yeah. More. Give it more of that.
Just keep an eye on that fuel count, bud.
That's alright. We used probably about a quarter of it.
Yeah, we're not going to get that orbit.
No, we've used about half the fuel now, fortunately. Give it a go, though. Just wedge it. Aye. It's a jumpy little bugger, listen.
It's because it's got absolutely no stability control.
Aye.
However, it's not an entirely wasted venture, because if we can bring this down, we can bring a decent amount of science with us.
Yeah, that's a very true point. So, if we grab... Yeah, that's some good science. Am I remembering right when we brought it into the atmosphere in the last episode? Did we break stuff when we landed?
We broke everything when we landed. I opened the parachute too late, and the whole thing went boom.
In that case, yes, we're getting a good level of science here, and it's science that
Okay, I accidentally opened the parachutes, but I can disarm them. That's a new feature. You can disarm the parachutes.
I think you can disarm them when you're in a vacuum, can you? So it's like they're not... Or I suppose before they're fired, you can then say, actually, no, didn't want to do that. Does that mean you're going to have to then manually press the parachutes now?
Yeah, but I can do that.
Is this true? Do you want to do that with all the parachutes? Disarm.
Disarm.
Yeah. You want a button that says deploy shoot. Can we do it with all of them?
No, it's the funny thing. I can't get rid of that now.
Okay, well, we can deploy one chute.
I'm wondering if I can restage them like that. We'll certainly we'll give it a try. My main worry is that this thing has no control.
Yeah.
So the chances of it actually coming in facing the right direction are also quite slim. Now, should I transmit the science?
Didn't we want to get rid of the bit underneath?
Yeah, I did. It's already been decoupled, but it hasn't come loose. But that's not part of the ship anymore.
Okay.
Apparently.
I don't know if we'll have enough electric charge to transmit everything back. I mean, this isn't ideal, Ewok.
It's not ideal. I mean, we need to make a decision now because we're at 45,000 metres.
Should we send maybe we could transmit a temperature log back? Oh, we're playing the game again. You're trying to click on. Oh well, it's
your
right mouse button.
My right mouse button's not working. Yeah.
It's going to be interesting. So it means even if we do survive this with the right mouse button not working, we can only fire.
I can only deploy one chute. Why that hasn't decoupled, I don't know. You can see the decoupler there.
Yeah. I mean, we didn't do something silly with it.
Unless I didn't put a decoupler on. I'm pretty sure I put a decoupler on.
I don't even know what it is that we're looking at there, frankly.
I mean, it hasn't exploded yet, which is remarkable.
We've came through the atmosphere at an astronomically quick rate there.
Yeah. We are going way too fast to put a parachute out.
This is also true. We're running out of...
Yeah, we are never going to make it.
Deploy! Yeah, that's basically what happened at the end of last episode.
More or less. We're still no closer to getting that orbit.
I wonder what's going wrong then.
Pilot error?
I mean, that's certainly a part of it. Don't get us wrong. I'm not excusing you. I think, you know what, we should probably call this episode, and then we might have to just hit the books and do a little bit of book learning, get ourselves back up to speed. What I've learnt is we haven't recorded an episode of this in nearly 6 months, and we are very rusty.
I think, one more time, one more chance. Oh, we hadn't even accepted the contract, so it's just as well we didn't bloody make it.
I think wouldn't it auto-award it if we did it anyway? I think it would. The first time you would do it, I think you would get the contract.
Look, let's go back to the well.
Okay then, so we're not ending the episode. You're going to go for one last push.
I'm going to go for one last push.
Alright, bear with me, ladies and gents.
And there's going to be no science involved.
Alright.
This is just going to be...
What, just pure, we want that contract done?
It's a shame we don't have smaller engines, really.
Aye, there's little 909s.
So let's see how this sorts out.
No battery power?
Yeah, we'll need some battery power.
Aye.
But I'm just going to put it around the edges. I hope they don't blow up.
Ah, good old school design. No service bays, no way of hiding things nicely.
Just as light as you can. This is 10 tons.
Shitload of batteries strapped to the outside of the fuselage. Proper old school design. Right.
Straight up.
Really?
Yeah.
It's moving. It's
not moving fast. It's not moving as fast as I was expecting.
It's not the quickest of rockets.
The problem is when we used to do this kind of shoot it straight up in the air method for satellites, we had the really big ones. The really big solid fuel ones, that is.
The XL things. These are just the next one up. I mean, it's moving. I mean, we're not getting a huge amount of speed, like.
No, we ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, I'll just keep at it. It was worth a shot. You know what? It wasn't an expensive.
It makes me sad. I feel like a failure now.
Well, you're going to have to go back to your books and learn. Well, you know what? That's actually a tip. We're above the atmosphere.
Just. We'll make dip back down with air resistance.
Aye, get rid of that.
But this is tiny.
It is, but it's a very light payload as well. It's spinning wildly out of control. I'm going to be hitting in about 75,000, which is nice. Just above the atmosphere.
We've got a nice spin going on in that it's perfectly aligned with the 90-degree angle.
That is handy. So if you can fire it like Billy-O. just at the right time. I'll keep an eye on your height. Once you get above 70, I'll give you a shout. Just coming up. Alright, 500 metres. Now, yep, any time you like now would be a good time to do it. So, hit onto the 90, that was a quite nice little one. Okay, we're burning through that fuel at a silly rate like. But hey, that ain't too bad.
No! Quite close, really.
That wasn't bad,
All
you know.
things considering. We'll get it next time.
I mean, we haven't got any science, so you know what? I mean, it doesn't really matter what happens to that, does it?
Nah, we'll just let that blow up.
Aye. You know what? You reckon we can get it? Episode 3 then?
I reckon we'll get it episode 3.
Okay then. Well, is there anything we can do with science? Don't think there will be.
Not
will there?
really, but
No.
if we can just push a little further down the line.
Aye, you can get those.
Get down to there.
Aye.
It's a little way away, but there's things we can do.
The old kickbacks. Lovely.
I mean, certainly an upgraded launch pad would go most of the way to get us there, because then we could launch up to 140 tons. That 18-ton limit's the problem.
Aye, it is proving tricky. I think at some point we should consider that. But I think that should probably do it for now.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed the video and you haven't already, you can hit the like button. You can subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't. That'll tell you when we're putting up videos, which is usually about once a week, sometimes twice, depending on how things are going. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us over on Twitter as well, while Ewok browses his way through the KSPedo. And in any event, we shall see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching.
Thank you, bye. We'll browse up on some basic orbit mechanics, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you very much for watching this episode of Geordie Space Program. If you would like to watch some Prison Architect, you can click to your left.
If you'd like to watch one of our podcasts, or listen to it, click on the right.
And of course, if you haven't already, we always appreciate it when people subscribe. Thanks again, and bye-bye.